Iblis, being who he was a good jinn. And he started to worship God to the extent that there was no space in the heavens was left, but Iblis had gone there and he had worshipped God. Until then, Allah Azza wa Jal allowed him to come in the company of the angels. Allah decided that He's going to send the angels down to the earth and to banish the jinns that had causes a lot of corruption on the earth.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters, today we are going to discuss about a video that I'm going to react to. And that video is about how Iblis was created and what is the effect between human beings and Iblis. So, my own view, by looking at that story or that chapter in the Quran, is a very big warning to people who think they are superior, who think they are better, especially people with a different color of skin. Those who think they are better than the other people or than the rest. So as a Muslim, you can never be a Muslim when you have that attitude or when you have that character, because every creation is from God. So if you, for example, you are an Arab and you think you are better than black person and you literally behave and even sometimes do bad or cheat or do any bad thing to that type of individual person, you sign your name behind Iblis directly. If you are any white person and you have that type of mentality and you are a Muslim, you sign your name behind Iblis. And if you are a black person and you do that to other tribes, you think you are better than them, you sign your name behind Iblis. Because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if every human being come from Adam, so if you come from the same grandfather, why will you think you are better? And this is the reason why I kind of feel that most of the people or most of the Muslims, they don't talk about it, but it's time to start reminding human beings their role, especially if you are a Muslim, because you may be surprised on the judgment day. And this is a warning to Muslims who are so racist to other people. You can never be Muslim and racist. That has no space in Islam. So I'm going to watch a video and react to that video. After, you yourself will realize what I'm talking about. The racist person cannot be Muslim. So simple. So let's put effort to watch the video and see the story. so that we know what is it about.
حي على الفلاح. Iblis is a creation of God. Iblis is a jinn. Iblis is, he's made of fire. But where did Iblis come from? And were there the likes of Iblis before? So the Mufassirun have commented again. This is based on Israeli riwayat. And what Allah Azza wa Jal did is that He created a whole creation of jinns. They had got taklif. Taklif is that God's now given them a responsibility to recognize Him. So what Allah did is that He sent jinn messengers. But the messengers in the many numbers were killed by the jinns on the earth. And there was great corruption that prevailed on the earth. Now there was one notable jinn that was very pious. And again, all of this is in the Israeli riwayat. You can't verify it and say it's absolutely authentic. You can't deny it and say it's totally false. Iblis, being who he was a good jinn. And he started to worship God to the extent that there was no space in the heavens was left, but Iblis had gone there and he had worshipped God. Until then, Allah Azza wa Jal allowed him to come in the company of the angels. Allah decided that He's going to send the angels down to the earth and to banish the jinns that had caused a lot of corruption on the earth. Iblis volunteered that if he can come with the angels to kill these corrupted jinns on the earth, and Allah Azza wa Jal gave him permission. So he came and they killed a lot of these jinns. They left only a few on the earth. And from these few again the progeny of the jinns would start. Now Iblis returns back. Suddenly Allah reveals to the angels and He says, when your Lord, your provider, when your sustainer said to the angels, I am about to make on the earth a vicegerent or someone who will take command, second in charge, or someone who will rule again, reign after the last reigning, I'm about to make a Khalifa on the earth. Now, when Allah said that, Iblis got really happy. So Allah's going to now make a Khalifa perhaps from the jinns. But Allah's decision wasn't that He's going to make a Khalifa or a vicegerent from the jinns. His decision now was that He's going to create this new creation. Now this shocked Iblis.
And the story goes that he had already announced to the angels. He said, I'm going to create a man from dirt. And the angels, they were scared and they said, Ya Rab, are you going to create these human beings? We are glorifying you, we're praising you. And in other words, the angels were asking, are you not happy with our worship, Ya Allah? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, you're not going to understand. I know what you don't know, I'll show you, I'll explain to you. And Iblis is thinking, I should be getting this position, not Adam, and this guy is created from dirt. So he creates Adam alayhi salam, and before he blows the soul into Adam alayhi salam, he forms Adam alayhi salam, and he left his body there. And now Iblis comes up to the body of Adam alayhi salam, and he finds that this body is dark and is made of clay, and Iblis starts hitting the body and it starts making sound. Now, he's not yet alive. Iblis finds out that he can flow into the body of Adam alayhi salam, because Adam alayhi salam is created from earth, and earth is a very dense creation, and Iblis is created from smokeless fire. And so he's like energy. And he can flow in and out of the body of Adam alayhi salam. And when he flows into Adam alayhi salam, he finds out that Adam alayhi salam is made hollow. He's empty inside. His heart starts to develop a feeling. And it's the feeling of jealousy. And as time passes, the body of Adam alayhi salam is drying.
So now we are going. I just pause it so that I will explain a little bit about this story. Now you can understand. Iblis was a worshipper of God, and he was just thinking about how he want to make God happy, so that God will give him some post or some power, and was a serious worshiper. He do everything for God, but until he hear God want to create human being, because he never expected. He just think that God is going to give him power on his own people, the jinn. But he didn't get it that way. When God start to create human being, that's where the jealousy start. So anybody with jealousy, it will always consume you. Jealousy have to be, you can be jealous of something that, this I like this house, it's a very beautiful house, but it's not for you, it's for somebody else. If you feel like you are jealous of that house, then you try to build, it will push you to build something like that or more than that. That's okay, that one is not a problem. But when you have a children, you have a child who is really jealous child. He doesn't want anybody to come near his mom. And then one day the mother get pregnant, get a baby, and this child now get a brother or sister. That's where the jealousy is going to be consume that child, because he will try to fight to to get the baby out of the way so that he can have his mom back. But it doesn't work that way. And like the mother, when you come to realize this child is very dangerous to this baby, because there are children like that. They are so jealous that even if they get chance, they will kill the baby so that they will get the mother alone for themselves. So you, the mother, now know what is going to happen when you leave this child with this baby. So that is where you have to put effort to guide the baby from this child. And that's exactly what between human beings and the Iblis. Because when Allah know that this Iblis, because of he's so much jealous of human beings, he will make every effort to destroy us. But because Allah didn't give him the chance of killing, he can never kill anybody. The only thing he can do is try to make sure that he destroy the love between us and God. And that is the problem with people, or with jealousy. So if you see people with discrimination or racism, most of time is all about jealous. You cannot hate somebody for no reason. Why do you hate that person? So if you are a Muslim and you have that mentality, you need to pray and get it out of your system, because on the judgment day, you will be standing behind Iblis, the Satan. So let's continue, see the rest of the story, and then we can come back and discuss it again.
And as time passes, the body of Adam alayhi salam is drying and coming into his form, and this jealousy starts to grow in the heart of Iblis until it completely takes over his heart. Now Iblis, he doesn't fight against it. He lets it go. And this hasad starts to burn and grow until it completely takes over Iblis. We blew into Adam from our soul, from the ruh. And Adam alayhi salam came to life. And Allah said to the angels, bow down to Adam alayhi salam. all of the angels, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, bow down. They all immediately, right away, they bow down to Adam alayhi salam. In Iblis, he doesn't bow down. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, oh Iblis, why don't you bow down when I commanded you to bow down? Iblis says, I'm better than him. You created me from fire, you created him from dirt. I am better than him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, oh Iblis, are you sure about this? Iblis says, yes. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, get down from here, you are indeed cursed, and you have my curse upon you until the end of time. Now Iblis has a chance still. He can still plead with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He says, Ya Allah, give me one dua, just one dua. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, ask. He says, I want you to give me time and let me live until the end of time too. And I want you to give me power over Adam. And I want you to give me soldiers and minions and all of these things. And I want you to be able to give me the ability to whisper into the hearts of mankind and all of these things. And he makes a massive dua. It's not a small dua. He says, give me kingdom until when? The end of time. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, you have time. Now Iblis, after his dua is answered, he turns to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He says, I swear by your honor. He says, because you misguided me, I'm going to turn all of them away from your deen, except your servants who are sincere. And now look at this guy. He declares war on human beings. I'm going to come from everywhere. I'm going to deceive them. I'm going to work on them. I'm going to do everything that I can do to take them away from the righteous path, to prove to you they're not better than me. Allah Azza wa said, whoever shall follow you, I will fill up the whole fire of you and your followers. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warned Adam alayhi salam from Iblis. And then Adam alayhi salam was in the heavens. And Allah gave him the great knowledge of everything. Allah taught Adam the names of everything. Allah Azza wa Jal gave Adam alayhi salam the paradise to live in, and Adam will live in the paradise. Now after a certain time, Adam started to get bored and lonely. So one day Adam alayhi salam, he slept in the paradise. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took a bone from his left rib cage, and Allah Azza wa Jal created from that bent bone, Allah Azza wa Jal created Hawa, a female human being. So after Adam alayhi salam woke up, he saw a human being but different to his character, different to his looking. Adam alayhi salam, he asked her, what were you created for? She said, so I could live with you, to live with you in calm and peace. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he told Adam, oh Adam, you and your wife live in the paradise. Eat from anywhere in this paradise. It's all yours. But don't go and eat this certain tree. If you do, then you and your wife are from the oppressors. Shaitan was kicked out of the paradise. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allowed him because of the challenge that he put. He hates this human being. And he wants to prove that he is better than this human being. And will do anything to deceive him. Shaitan will come to Adam. Oh Adam, why don't you eat from this tree? Adam will refuse. A'udhu billah. My Lord had ordered me not to go near it. Go away. And again, Iblis will try and attempt again and again and try and deceive Adam to eat from that tree. And Adam refused. A'udhu billah. No way I'll eat from this tree. The only reason that Allah Azza wa Jalla doesn't want you to eat from this tree is because if you eat from this tree, then you become from the close ones to Allah Azza wa Jalla, and you'll live here forever. So he deceived them. He even promised. He made a promise that I'm only a good, peaceful advisor. So Hawa started to put pressure on Adam.
let's eat from this tree. And if we eat from this tree, we might end up being angels. And putting the pressure on Adam, speaking to Adam, until Adam alayhi salam accepted to eat from that tree. He thought if he eats that tree, he'll please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Adam alayhi salam ate from that tree.
Well. I think that's the end of the video. And now we are going to discuss more about it. And you all hear the story, how Satan tried. He said he would destroy human beings. He will find all ways, any other way, to make sure he destroy human beings, to make sure human beings become an enemy of God, to make sure God will not love us like he loved him. But God also wants us as a human being that everything we have to do or we are doing or we want to do, we have to make sure that the devil is always closer to destroy us. So we have to be very careful. So for me, if I see a racist person, I look at him as he's lost his way. They are Muslims who refuse to give their daughters to Muslim brother because he's a black guy. Now that type of people, I will tell you, on the judgment day, is going to be behind Iblis. Because your color, you yourself, you didn't create yourself. Any other human being that you see with a different color is created by Allah. So you cannot judge. So when you refuse that person, it's not that person you refuse, it's Allah you insult. So this story give you more details about what is going to happen to racist people, or what is going to happen to people who arrogant people who think they are better. It doesn't matter whether you are black or you do it to white, or white you do it to black. It's just not allowed in Islam to hate anybody or to do bad to anybody or to feel superior on anybody. So it's a warning to especially Muslims. Those who doesn't believe in God, for them they already signed themselves out of God mercy. This story is about those who say they are Muslims or even Christians, and you behave like this to any other race, then you are exactly direct to the devil or to the evil Satan. Because on the judgment day, you will face the punishment that you never expect. I thank you, brothers and sisters, for watching this video, and I hope you can share it to people to remind them, especially to my Muslim brothers and sisters. Racism is not part of Islam. So when you are in that area, know that you are lost. It doesn't matter how much you pray. It doesn't matter how much you fast. You just know. You have no chance of any surviving in Islam on the way of God. That is just unless you stop it and come back to the truth and do it in an honest way and do it in a loving way, that Allah can forgive you. But if you cannot pretend, because Allah knows what is in the heart of every human being. So thank you very much. Subscribe to this channel and share this video to people, especially to the Muslim Ummah, to hear it and know. Maybe those who are doing it, they will go back to their mind and know that, okay, maybe they didn't think about it that way. But thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
O mankind, listen well. I may not be with you much longer. The weak among you, feed them on what you eat, dress them as you are dressed. You will meet your God, and he will call you to account for your actions. Let those who are present warn those who are absent. You are all descended from Adam, and the best among you is he who most regards God. Think deeply about what I say. Let all your feuds be abolished. You must know that every Muslim is the brother of every other Muslim, and all Muslims are brothers one of another. Between Muslims there are no races and no tribes. Nor must you take anything from your brother except what is given freely. Do not oppress, and do not be oppressed. O my people, I am but a man. It may be that the angel of death will visit me soon, and death will overtake me. But I have left you a book, revealed by God, the Qur'an, which is light and guidance.